What's up, guys? Quick intro. We are with Mr. Gabby Alipe of Urban Dub tonight. Gonna be talking about some good stuff. So to start this off, what's up, man? How have you been? Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, man. And authentically at the very great 1 a.m. shooting this podcast with Gab. Grateful to have you, man. How's it been recently, dude? What's been keeping you busy?
Wala. Work.
Work.
Tugtog. Yun lang. Recording.
Oh, how's that going? Like, is this dub? What's up? What's dub recording now? Are you new stuff or is it just
Hopefully next year pwede mag-release ng mga bago pero hindi pa ako sure.
interesting? But like, okay, just for context, Gab and I have known each other for a while, and we've stayed in the same house. We are staying in the same house. So I have to ask this personal question. How's Hogwarts Legacy been for you, man?
Galing, pare.
Because I've
Game
seen
of
that a
the year.
lot. So I know that's what's been keeping you busy, dude.
Wizard ako for a few hours.
Slytherin, right? Slytherin.
Slytherin.
Are you done with it already? Are you done with the game?
Open world na.
Oh, yeah. Jacob was ranting to me about how there's an open
Hindi
world.
kami dalawa ni Jacob, like, my son,
Yeah.
your nephew.
Yeah. My nephew.
So,
Nice.
yun lang yung nilalaro namin.
We normally in this podcast do this thing where if we get the chance to interview someone who's lived in this house, given all the magical stories we've heard from 8, we were wondering if there were a couple you could share in your time here. PG-13 version, it's fine.
Ano ba sinabi ni 8?
Sabi ni 8, madaming R-rated.
Yeah, I feel like we have the PG-13 version.
Yeah.
I know, exactly. So like, what you can disclose rather? Like fun times.
Wala. Tumira lang kami dito
Yeah.
nung ginagawa namin yung Franco. So, it was out of convenience din kasi andali lang mag-practice, tas andali lang magsulat. Tapos parang, kasi binuo kami. So parang okay din yung chemistry dun na buo kasi everybody was like living together. You know what I mean? So, it's easier to like get to know a person when you start living with them.
Yeah.
So, it was good for the band then at that time.
Yeah. So basically like that record of Franco, you guys basically lived in here for the making of that album, is that correct?
And after.
And after. And after.
Out of convenience din kasi parang pag may gig,
everyone's together and it's easier.
Parang mas ang dami kasi nalilate eh. So parang
Name a few.
so okay na magkakasama na lahat. So may check.
Nice. That makes sense.
Was it 8 that was always late?
Hindi. I won't
Because he lives here.
names.
You're just joking, Kuya 8. But yeah, man.
Oh yeah, so
You tired, man? Josie's a bit
dude,
tired, everybody.
It's past my bedtime. Anyway,
Past his bedtime.
The other
so
day we were talking about ghost stories, and you shared that you experienced a paranormal activity during tour, which is why you named an album Apparition. But you didn't get to finish the story, so could you get into that?
Yeah.
Ooh, ghost stories at 1 a.m. I love it.
Ghost stories.
It's a ghost story club, Gab.
Sana nga pwede ko ipakita yung picture kasi may picture.
Yeah, I remember you showed that to me.
We rented Urban Dub. We rented a house up in the mountains sa Cebu to write, which was our mistake. We should have just really recorded the album there. Pero we ended up just writing the album Apparition in that house sa bundok. It was a house owned by one of our friends, Randy Paez from Cebu.
Yeah.
So like he was gracious enough to let us rent out the house. Pero yun nga, nasa bukid, parang ganun. So we were like, meron kaming parang balcony na you can see like sa grass.
Yeah.
Tapos parang may field.
Overlooking the
may
field.
tapos overlooking the city. Parang yun, may mga kambing naglalaro, taking pictures ng mga kambing naglalaro, mga kalabaw na nandun, nag-graze. Nung nawala na lahat, meron akong pinicture ng isang kambing. Tapos, nung zoom ko yung photo, may ulo na nakalabas dun sa,
Like a human head.
like, hindi human eh, kasi mahaba yung tenga niya. So I have a picture of it, pero,
So you don't know what it was.
nasa lumang laptop. Kailangan ko
But I've seen it, man.
Hindi pinakita. I showed it to you.
Like when I remember when Gab came home from that, dude, it was literally a head, and it was straight from like those digicams. So it wasn't nothing photoshopped. It was literally a head of a kid.
Parang it was popping out of the
grass. It was like peeking somewhat.
out of the grass. Parang weird siya, pero okay lang.
But colored and everything. Details of the eyes.
May mata.
Man. Yeah.
May tenga.
I remember that. Yeah, interesting.
Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko pa rin. Kasi parang it was very like quiet during that day.
Yeah.
parang mid-afternoon, parang ganun. So
Wasn't
parang,
the cliche nighttime.
oh, hindi
yeah.
siya gabi. Hindi siya gabi. So it's picture lang ganun. So wala. After may kaya we named the album Apparition because of that photo.
Right. Did that sighting spark the songwriting or
No.
just something relevant?
No, not really. We were just trying to write whatever we could. First time kasi namin din ma-experience yun na magkakasama kami sa isang bahay
Yeah.
as a band.
Yeah.
Na we lived there for like almost 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
We all just stayed there. Kumbaga the living room, we turned it into our bedroom. Yung master bedroom was the studio.
Oh, nice.
Tapos connected siya sa kitchen. Yung kitchen yung control room. Kumbaga nandun yung setup ni John. Na,
Yeah.
yun yung mali namin eh. Hindi namin na-record na lang sana yung mga original takes there. We re-recorded them after writing them. Which would turn out great naman din. Pero I mean, like for us at least. Pero yung experience to be able to just stay in one place and record the vibe while you were there. Yun ang hindi namin nagawa.
Interesting. So yeah, that's actually a perfect segue to my next question here. It was like, how was the writing process for Urban Dub? Like
Now?
I mean, since you started, when you guys started at least, how was the process and how has it evolved? Yeah, I guess to now.
No, before kasi lahat may role eh. Kumbaga like I normally would come out with the song pero basic arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos pagdating sa studio, okay, ito yung areglo, like tapos everybody else contributes na to the
They add to the
they add to
structure.
everything na ba. Kung depende kung paano nila may interpret yung kanta. Tapos paminsan napapalitan ko yung I have to change like certain lyrics or certain phrasing.
Yeah.
Kasi parang iba yung ginawa nung drummer.
Yeah.
Or ginawa ng gitarista, iba.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So parang, sige, mag-adjust ka rin. Parang yun. Very diplomatic naman kami when it came to song.
Very collective. It's very collective.
Everybody had a role.
And how, was it the same way, like when you mentioned for the apparition, when you guys were living in that spot, given it was the first time you guys lived together, was there like a difference in the writing, or did it just extremely make it better and easier, if that's a right term to use?
Hindi, parang
was there an adjustment?
Hindi naman. Parang masaya lang kasi the experience of being in a band and actually living together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then meron kayong common goal.
Yeah.
So masaya din siya in that sense. Yung ganun na experience na outside of gigs kasi normally we don't really hang out because everybody has their own lives and their own interests.
Yeah.
So that was the first time that we actually all just like
got together.
Let's stay in one house together.
Nice.
And so may thing then that kind of strengthened our bond as a group.
Yeah. But I mean, when you guys were younger though, I mean, prior to everyone maybe having their own priorities when getting into families and having maybe their work or whatever, how is it as like the young Urban Dub crew? Like, I mean, maybe like your first, second year, did you guys also get to hang outside of being a band?
No,
never.
We didn't. Kasi I'm the youngest sa banda. And then me and Jan are more or less the same age, but he's older by a couple of months. I know him because he was in a band called Glitch na I was friends with, right? So we'd hang out a lot with Sila Franco and everything.
Yeah.
So back in Cebu with the Power Spoons guys.
Yeah.
With Lala and Jan naman, they had their own set of friends.
Oh, okay.
So normally we just like meet up like for practice and then somehow it works.
Nice.
Somehow it worked for us.
Yeah, it's not very common actually.
that's
That's actually that's awesome though.
Parang naging magkaibigan din talaga kami only out because of music.
Interesting.
How'd you guys get together?
Our original drummer, his name was Jed Honrado. He formed the band actually, and then we were looking for members, and then he was already in a band with Lalay, so we got her to play with us, and then Lalay John was her ex-boyfriend at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
So he would always come to the rehearsal, so we were like, just join us na lang because you know the songs anyway, so might as well. And then during that time we formed the band because we were trying to make a remembrance album for the old drummer, for the original drummer.
Yeah.
Because he was leaving for the States.
That's why Jan came
so
in.
that's the only reason why we made that album.
You guys had instant chemistry.
No. No.
I wouldn't think that.
Cause-
I wouldn't have guessed that.
no, the goal was to just record an album for fun.
Yeah.
As a remembrance album before the guy left.
And
our
that
drummer
was
left.
the main thing.
That was the main thing. We weren't planning to
Interesting.
because Lala and John were still in college at that time.
Oh, okay.
Damn, can
They
you
were-
imagine if they just did the album
Yeah.
just
And just
fuck
stop.
Yeah. I mean, that was the main thing. The only reason why we started playing gigs in the first place was because we wanted to road test the songs before we recorded
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just wow.
That
I've
was the
never heard a
only-
band.
no, that was the only
That's interesting.
reason why we
man.
started playing gigs.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, fanboy moment aside there. That's new information. I've never heard that. That's interesting, man.
We've known each other so long.
I know, man. That's never came up. That's never
Di mo
came
naman
up.
kasi ako kinakauso sa bahay.
Kami ni Gab, we have our own worlds at home, dude. Like, I'm always in my basement, and Gab's either with Jacob or busy as well. But yeah, what's that? Going into hanging with the bands, like nowadays when it comes to practice, given everyone's schedule and whatnot, how is the approach now with like songwriting or like even jamming? Is it one of those things where because you've been doing it for so long, is it one of those when you're in the mood, or do you guys have like a schedule? Like,
No,
okay,
may schedule.
Interesting.
Kailangan may schedule pa rin. Kasi it's work eh.
yeah,
It's not really work.
Yeah.
Pero we try to treat it like
As
that.
work.
Para yung ano lang, parang may sense of structure lang.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Pero normally practices namin is, we normally practice for about 2 hours, pero that's just fun.
yeah,
Like, I mean, we'd go through the songs, pero umabot kami sa point. Now, before we were a little bit more strict
Yeah.
when we were younger.
Mhm.
Pero now it's more like, sige, pasada nung set. And then we just
like jam. You guys jam.
play around
Interesting.
lang.
And how
Parang-
do you guys decide on like the songs you guys play? Is it like something you just like, oh, you're in maybe your group chats, you just decide on what set?
Depende sa meron kaming set na parang alam namin kayo yung intro, yung first song, pero
Yeah.
everything and the ending, pero everything else in between sometimes can
Jumble up.
change. So parang ganun. Tas we try our best na may kwento.
Yeah.
So like Mart was saying, you've been doing it for so long. I was curious, does songwriting get easier after doing it for so long, or does it make it harder? You feel like you've done all your ideas?
It's harder for the setting of our band.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like for solo stuff, like even John, our guitar player has a solo project also, Cables in Space. He started writing for himself, and then I have my thing as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Pero as a band, it kind of changes.
Yeah.
Kasi parang ikaw din tumatanda ka rin, you know, you
Yeah.
get older, and then your priorities change and
yeah.
parang your perspectives change. So writing in terms of yung what urban dub should be sometimes becomes hard.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out now as a group, like how do we get past that? How do we evolve? How do we like change naman na parang ma-maintain pa rin yung kung sino kami pero yung ngayon.
Yeah. To keep it relevant to where you're at
Not
now.
relevant for in general,
Yeah,
pero for us.
for you
ba?
guys,
like,
yeah.
Kung, kasi pati yung kwento nagbabago eh. Like,
True, yeah.
the stories change because you know you have a different thing, you have a different perspective.
Nice. You have anything to wrap
Tama
it
ba
up?
yun? And world peace.
And world peace. Win world peace. Everybody world peace.
So yeah, we always ask our guests about their background. Did you start as a guitar player or a singer?
Hindi, guitar talaga.
So did you always want to be did you at least want to be a singer?
No. I wanted to be Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page.
Pero hindi.
Well, how do
I'm
you
not as
get into singing? Was it one of those out of necessity, like in
no,
the band, no one had it?
It was when we were doing that first album. I was only supposed to play guitar, but those were my songs. We couldn't
Yeah.
find
A singer.
to sing the songs. So we were like pressed for time because he was leaving na nga, our drummer.
Yeah.
So he was like, just sing it na lang. It's just recording anyway.
Yeah.
Just
And then it's your songs
Oh,
naman
parang
kasi.
remembrance lang naman eh. So parang sige. So that was the only reason why I started singing.
So you had like no formal background or like no.
But I mean, you always knew you could sing.
No.
What?
I knew I could.
Yeah.
No, I knew I could carry because
carry a
I
tune.
wrote songs.
Yeah.
Like I knew I could carry a tune.
Do you start writing songs with lyrics or with the guitars?
It depends.
Okay.
Oh, you've had songs. It starts with the lyrics or
Yeah.
and like, oh, interesting.
Started with the lyrics first. Sometimes parang ganun.
Nice. Nice.
But I
just-
never thought I'd sing. It was by accident lang. And I had to learn along the way.
Happy accident.
one of those happy accidents.
A lot of hospital visits.
But like just getting into the nerdier techie side of music, because like I know you're a Fender dude, right? You're very into Fenders. I always like to ask this to guitar players, like if there's one body shape you could keep for the rest of your life and just have that one body shape to play, what style of
Yung fit. Hindi. Sa gitara.
yeah, like what would
Tele.
it? Tele talaga.
Tele.
Interesting.
Yung dream guitar ko talaga.
Telecast. And but you recently got the Aerodyne Tele, or this was this a Strat that you just recently got?
No,
from
I got
JB?
the Aerodyne one, and then now I have that Strat thing.
The Strat. Nice. And in terms of like preference, there are a lot of guitar players in this generation. I'm sure we know a few, but they're very what's that word? Muspecs. I don't know how you say that.
Muspecs.
Muspecs. Like they have to have a certain gauge. They have to have like a certain pickup combination, and that's nothing. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's just be clear. But like, do you have a preference? Like, if someone said, "Here, Gab, we're giving you this black guitar," you decide on like what gauge you want, maybe what sort of pickups.
Sa gauge 11.
11.
Kasi 11 kasi parang makapal pa rin siya, and it works well with our tuning.
Yeah.
Pero other than that, like sa guitar or anything,
Yeah.
basta yung tone lang.
It works. Besides, it works with you. So you're not one of those like, oh, I need to know. It has to be a Fishman, or it has to be a Seymour Duncan.
No.
So what tuning?
Hindi ako brand
Brand conscious.
when it comes to those.
Yeah, those sort of things.
Yeah, sir.
Interesting.
So what?
Kasi hindi ko alam. Ang lagi ko tinatanong si John at si
John.
Russell.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say John and Russ are like
Sila yung if you guys want to interview guys na
that techie
and they know
in depth. Yeah.
Ako nagtatanong lang ako.
Yeah, no, Russ and John definitely hope you guys can make an appearance here soon.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that 11 gauge fits your song's tunings better. What are your tunings?
Half step down, and then we drop it to C sharp.
Sick.
So
Has it
E-flat.
always been for dub? Has it always been E flat? Or you guys
Hindi.
had?
First album standard.
Wow.
Pero there were some songs there na parang we started messing around with the half step tuning.
Yeah.
And then we just maintain that all throughout.
Throughout,
And it helps me din kasi ang hirap kumanta
The higher.
sa standard. So medyo nakakatulong din siya.
Nice. Does that play a factor? Because I'm not a vocalist in any way, but like,
Ako rin.
Come on.
but I hear that like some vocalists really have to. They can only sing in a certain what's the tuning? Key. So it's like some bands really have to lower or higher their
depende.
tuning.
Kasi parang yung mga iba kasi parang mga standard stuff, at that time kaya ko pa siyang maabot.
Yeah.
And then eventually as I got older, parang it started getting harder for me to do. Tas medyo yun nga, at that time pa lakas ko pang magyosi.
Yeah, so the damage of the throat
hanggang
damage.
ngayon,
But is that a normal thing for singers? Like, do singers sort of, does it normally go down or get harder to reach higher notes as you get older maybe? Or?
Hindi ko alam sa iba. Ako yun yung nangyari.
That's what happened with you.
So parang so I have, and then I found that comfortable spot with that tuning.
So it wasn't too hard, it wasn't too easy. Nice.
So okay din.
Interesting.
Comfortable siya.
Comfortable.
Nice.
But yeah, I think other than in terms of the gear and everything, that's pretty much all we have. But before we close this out, dude, like anything, we'll give you that red carpet. Is there anything you want to promote? Any gigs coming up that you guys maybe have that you want people to check?
I want to promote this podcast.
Thanks, man.
Thank
hope you
you.
guys
The
tune in.
Treehouse podcast coming
And then,
soon.
Flying House Restaurant.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No Gabby Alipe Urban Dub gigs coming up soon?
Check Facebook.
Check their Facebook. Yes, sorry. I'll take the leads for that, Gab. You can
Hindi ko
check
rin
out.
alam.
You can check the Urban Dub Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You say I'm still on Twitter? No, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
You can go check it out. I'm not on Twitter, so I apologize for being ignorant about that. But yeah, man, thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you.
And we'll get into that Hogwarts legacy more
Sige.
next time, man. We'll see how that goes. All right. Thanks, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Hey, what's up? My name is Josie. His name's Frankie.
And my name is Marts. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you see, please do follow us on our socials for more updates.